English Country Branch Line Railway, which I'm sort of walking on, and I shouldn't be, but this one hasn't had any trains for a long while. Gauge of 4 foot 8.5 inches. That's led to a number of different stories about how NASA and about the American Space Agency, the building of the space shuttle and all that, had sizes and widths based on Roman cart tracks, chariot tracks left by the Romans. Apparently when Britain built its railways, it used the average width of a Roman chariot track, 4 foot 8.5 inches. And then when we built the railways in America, of course, those railways were built to 4 foot 8.5 inches. When equipment was made, transported across the United States to build the space shuttle and things like that, well, it needed to get under bridges like this, and therefore it had to be a certain width to get under. And so that can be harkening back all the way back to Britain and eventually back to the Romans. The reason the space shuttle's a certain size is because of the Roman chariot widths. That's bollocks. Unfortunately, it's not true at all. George Stephenson was one of the pioneers of building railways, and he used the average width of carts in the northeast of England. Some of them were a little bit wider, some were a little bit narrow, but they were ideal for the horse to pull. If it was wider, well, the axle might snap. So the average width of the carts in the northeast of England gave us the width of the rails, 4 foot 8.5 inches. But of course the American railways were built to that width as well, so they did have to build things to a certain size. They couldn't have them too wide. Won't get through the tunnels, won't get through the bridges. So 4 foot 8.5 inches was a benchmark anyway, but had nothing to do with the Romans. Situations like Robert P. McCulloch. Oh, he thought he was buying Tower Bridge, but he got London Bridge. The people of Paris were starving, and they had no bread, so Marie Antoinette said, let them eat cake. These are stories that have no basis of truth in them either. They're all fiddlesticks and flapdoodle, as Professor Yaffle would say, the carved wooden bookend in the shape of a woodpecker. Yeah, that's what he would have said.